Hello everyone, my name is Ravi and I'm a visual artist. This is my first journal made as part of the design team Spring-Summer 2022 at the Graphics Fairy. This journal is called Scottish Wanderings, and that is because I wanted to explore and celebrate the land where I live. So the title is on the spine, however I left this label empty for whoever will want this journal to continue its journey. So I mainly used 3 bundles from the Graphics Fairy premium membership site. So the first one is Woodland Wonders. I also used Scottish Highlands, and I also used a lot of the Instant Ancestors #1 bundle. So the cover is made with a tartan fabric. Then I laid a piece of faux leather on top, and then this piece of cotton that has been stained with rust and tea. And then I have an antique cabinet card of a lady wearing a plaid skirt and carrying an umbrella. So a lot of these pages are made with a rust and tea stain technique that I have come up with myself. If you're interested in this process, you'll find it on my website under workshops. So the first image used from the premium membership site is this beautiful pattern from the Woodland Wonders bundle. Then there's a fragment of an image from the Instant Ancestors #1 bundle. There's a bit of an antique telegraph, and this is a print of a handwritten ledger page. This is an antique photograph. It's an original, and it's a wedding day, and there's a man with his best man wearing kilts, so I thought it would look really nice at the beginning of the book. This is another man with plaid trousers from the Ancestors bundles, and a lot of mark making throughout the book. This is a little pocket that I created to contain a little photograph. Again, this is an original, and I used a stamp. This is from the Woodland Wonders postage stamps. I just cut it and it's ready as it is. These are really lovely and quite easy to use. This is a little piece of paper tartan from the Scottish Highlands, and also this comes from the Scottish Highlands bundle, and it is the back of a piano sheet. This is a journal page from the same bundle, so what I did is I just printed them double side so that I have an image on each side. There's also another one of the journal pages in red, which we'll get to in a minute. This is tracing paper stained, and I made a tiny little pocket journal made of tea bags dipped in ink, a very diluted acrylic. This is an original photograph. I scribbled some acrylic on the first page, doodled on the second, and it's just a little extra thing in there. This is a William Morris tapestry that I just absolutely loved, and that's the back of it. This is a thistle, which is a symbol, the flower symbol of Scotland, and I put it in here and everywhere else. There's a lot of it. It comes from the Scottish Highlands bundle. This is a bit of antique ledger page. This is the back of that page. These are two, they come in a square in the bundle, so I cut them in half to create this tiny little pocket to include an original antique photograph. And this is the second of the pockets that I made with an original photograph. This is also a postage stamp, Woodland Wonder, and I stitched all around it with embroidery floss, and it sort of hangs a bit like that. This is also from the Scottish Highlands bundle. This is a little sort of tag and add-on that I made. This is a feather found in my country walks, a bit of an antique letter envelope, and on the back there's another image from the premium membership website, some mark making, and it tucks in here because I didn't want to show too much of the red tartan that holds the three spines together. Now this is the same as we've seen before, so this is a journal page printed on the back of a piano sheet. This is an antique ticket. This comes from the Scottish Highlands bundle. This is an antique receipt, Scotty. That's a cabinet card. I just cut out the card bit of it and left it as it is, and there's some stamping at the top here. This is a little pocket, and I put some antique stained playing cards. This is a music sheet that comes from the Scottish Highlands bundle, and this is as well, this plaid girl, tartan girl, comes from the same bundle. Well, this is an antique photograph, and just a bit of flower taped to the photo to sort of continue the landscape behind the couple. Love this page. This is a cabinet card, really aged, and I love that it's cut by the stitching on the signature. And this is the other side of that page with the music sheet. This is a little transfer of a thistle made with white paint. This is a book plate from the Woodland Wonders bundle, and it is a book plate about feathers, which I really love. That just tucks in here. Love this photo as well, from the Scottish Highlands bundle. This is from an antique book, so that's an original as well. This is a vintage little envelope, and I did another transfer with a white paint, and this is from the Scottish bundle. And in here, that's this lovely, lovely photograph I found online, that I bought online, original. Another book plate. This one is about mushrooms. And I love this one too. Just printed it as it is and then stained it myself. Another thistle. This is a feather, beautiful feather that I found on one of my walks. This label also comes from the premium membership site, and it is the stock labels. I just printed it as it is and I absolutely love it. I contemplated filling up the description myself, but then I thought I would rather just let it be as it is and people can continue if they wish. This is another image. Oh no, this is a cabinet card actually that I absolutely loved because they're wearing plaid dresses, and it's a cabinet card of two sisters. There's a little quote from the Bachi chocolates, and it says, "I'm always astonishing myself. It is the only thing that makes life worth living." Oscar Wilde. And this is a photo that I took in my local country walks, and it's just been aged. Another little pocket with this antique photo. Absolutely love this photo. It's just a man sort of contemplating, and I thought it went really well with the title of the book, Scottish Wanderings. So this is a tiny little accordion book that I made using the same tartan that I used for the book cover, and these are the Instant Ancestors in squares images. So I just cut a whole strip as it was. I picked one that had a little bit of nature and just pasted it as it was. I just glued it onto the tartan and it just is in there. This is a bookplate of a thistle that I printed on the back of fox paper, which I think is from the vintage papery bundle. I think that's what it's called. Love this. This is from the Black and Cream Ephemera 3-in-1 card plus envelope. So you have the template that you can cut out and you can use the card as well. I didn't use the card, I put a stamp on it and I wrote Mum and Dad because I lined it with some tissue paper that I'd stained with rust. And I found these two photos in my box of old photographs. They actually look quite different. This is a lot more sepia than this, but then on the back it says Daddy June 1953, Mummy June 1953, and I thought they were just really, really lovely together. So they go in here, Mum and Dad, and it goes in here. This is another little addition. This is a transfer that I made with white paint. This is another transfer that I made with just Mod Podge. This is from the Woodland Wonders bundle, I believe. Here's an antique photograph, original. I love this. This is a girl from the cabinet cards, a rose petal, and this is another one of those stock labels. Loads of marks. Another photograph of a lady with a bicycle. This is mine. This came from cut out from a magazine, and that's the back of it. And another little pocket made with two triangles from the Scottish Highlands bundle. This antique photograph, absolutely love it. Bagpipe, young bagpipe player, says 1940. And this is a bookplate from an original Birds antique book, and that goes, both go in here. And another little feather at the back. And this is a little bookmark that I made using scraps that came from a lot of the other pages. And that's the book. So there's 3 signatures, and it's hardcover, and it wraps around with this string. And a nice little feature of this journal is that it's been scented with white moss oil and some jasmine oil, so it actually smells really lovely as well. So I hope you liked it. This will be available on my website if you're interested. You can find it at jackravi.com. Thank you.